Open Your Eyes is brought to you by Smart, bringing people together, and the Belize Bank, our country, your bank.
Good morning and welcome to Open Your Eyes.
Start your morning right.
I'm Sabrina Daly.
And I'm Paul Lopez.
And good morning, Paul. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. It's Friday. It's been a long work week. We've made it to the end. So all things considered, it's a great day to be great.
That's true. I was just telling some of our co-workers, we had April on yesterday for Friday Junior, and I have to say it kind of felt like my entire week took a shift because it felt like the end of the week.
Yeah.
We're used to having her on Friday. So now with you here, it feels kind of like a Thursday, Friday. But nonetheless, it's always a pleasure hosting with you, Paul. And of course, I know that our viewers also look forward to you. But I have to say, you look a little bit mashed up this morning, Paul.
Yeah, well, the thing is, right, there's so many
it's not like you really to try to come up with an excuse.
And so many, they say challenges and days.
It's okay. Let's save it for later.
We'll save it?
We'll save it.
You don't want to tell the people why I never iron my pants.
We'll save it in a minute. We'll talk about it in a minute. But yeah, you guys tell us. Look at you mash up. I feel like I tried to iron it out with my hands and not use too much energy. But we do have a couple topics to jump into for What's Buzzing, so let's get straight into it. All right, starting off, I know that a lot of us had been talking about the tale of two Guardian newspapers yesterday, Paul. Of course, it also made the news where we're diving a bit deeper into the internal divide of the United Democratic Party. You would know that last week saw the takeover of the UDP headquarters by the Alliance for Democracy, which subsequently led to Honorable Tracy Tager-Panton being the new leader of the UDP. And as such, there's been several developments since then. Since the takeover of the UDP headquarters, the party's organs, which means the radio station, as well as the newspaper, both businesses under the UDP, have also now been under the leadership of Tracy Tager-Panton. But yesterday was an interesting one because upon the release of the new, I'd say, cycle of the newspaper, the Guardian newspaper, we ended up getting two. And the question is, which one is the real newspaper? Just like who's the real leader? What's the real newspaper?
Yeah, this is a question that we in the newsroom sought to answer yesterday. So clearly the editor-in-chief, I guess that's his title, of the Guardian newspaper, Mr. Alfonso Noble, he yesterday confirmed that he's the one behind this one.
Yeah.
That newspaper that showed up moments ago, he's the one behind that. And they say that's the original Guardian, the only Guardian, in fact. And if you look at this paper, you'll see that it leans a lot towards Tracy Panton and her leadership team. But this newspaper also has other issues that it touches on, well, a lot more, to a greater extent, right? So you have the BDF issue, You have Douglas Villagers.
It speaks
you
to
have-
challenges within the current administration
Right.
from an opposition standpoint.
Right, so that's
Yeah.
what it does. That you have the potholes issue. It also has some ads, and it has a lot of pages. Now this one, this is the second. So this is the first. The one I was showing just now is the second newspaper Guardian that we received yesterday. That one is a bit short on pages. This is the one to the, sorry, I'm on opposite side. This is to the right of your screen. Well, if you're looking towards the screen, then I guess it's to the left of your screen.
And that one
that's
is more pro-Shine Barrow.
More pro-Shine Barrow.
Yeah.
And it clearly supports or articles or presents more articles that are leaning towards the leader of the opposition and the work that he's been doing in his attempt to reunite the party. I haven't seen any ads in this one. And this one has a shorter amount of pages, so less pages than the previous one. This one is being heavily criticized, not only by Mr. Noble, but others I've spoken with, because the criticism, one, is that it's shorter in terms of the amount of pages, and that the edit isn't quite professional, that it's very amateur in its presentation.
Mr. Noble even said that when he saw it, he thought that it was a child's project. And at first I thought it was sarcasm, but he really sounded like he genuinely believed that it was a child's project.
Yeah, well, I'm not one to read The Guardian, so I haven't paid much attention to. In fact, I'm not one to necessarily delve into newspapers in a whole. I'm more with that generation that has moved away from newspaper and gone digital to get their news. That's their news sources. So I haven't paid much attention. So I think that this is the most attention the Guardian newspaper has gotten in quite some time. And so big up to them for that. And perhaps it's an opportunity for us to look at where newspapers are right now and what the Guardian promotes in terms of their articles. Now, all of that comes in line with the fact that today the High Court hears an injunction. That very same, well, yesterday we broke it. I think you mentioned it briefly. Last night we reported that the leader of the opposition has filed several claims against Tracy Panton and her team, and one of them is to have the court insist that she immediately vacates the property on Youth for the Future Drive, hand over the party organs, that's Wave Radio, that's the Guardian newspaper, and this morning the court is going to hear that injunction, and that could essentially put a stop to Tracy's move and her team's move to take over the United Democratic Party's headquarters and all its party organs. And so that will be interesting to watch.
Does this also include the Unity Convention that was held?
Right. So because what led from the Unity Convention is a declaration of leadership.
Right.
Right. And so that's a part of the court that's a part of the court case. I don't know that matter will be heard today. I believe the substantive matters in its entirety will be heard in January. But what I understand is that Mr. Barrow basically wants for some order to just put a stop, pat on the brakes, right? Stop sign. Yeah, let's have all of this end now. And then we decide through the court the way forward. And I think essentially that's what they want in terms of an immediate action. And that's what they hope to get from the court today. And so that's their intent. And so we'll be following this up today. And of course, it would be huge if the court says, all right, injunction granted, put a stop to this until we can hear the substance of your claims. Perhaps not, if not in December, in January.
Well, I know this is something that a lot of us are looking forward to, finding out what will be the ultimate decision. I think we were all anticipating this matter being taken to court, since that seems like it might be the only solution for both parties to respect what is exactly the case at this point. I know still the leader, the former leader of the UDP, but still the leader of the opposition, Moses Shan Barrow, contends that Tracy Tager Panton is not the rightful leader of the UDP. However, on their side, they believe that they are indeed on the terms of the Unity Convention that was held last month.
Yeah.
So
I think
only the courts will decide here on out.
Yeah, but I think it's definitely amazing what Tracy and her crew has been able to do in terms of not only taking hold, but maintaining that hold for a couple weeks. But we're talking about elections in a few months, if that's a possibility. And certainly I've been repeating it time and time again, but this does not bode well for the United Democratic Party. And I don't know if the intent for them is to implode and everybody will be fine with that, as long as nobody has the leadership seat, because that seems to be the direction they're heading, where it's an implosion and nobody, no United Democratic Party member wins any seat, and more so not the leadership of this country, because they're completely undesirable at this point in time. And so when voters are going to the polls, I think that will be a huge part of their decision. Who will I vote for? Yeah. Will I vote for...
What option do I have?
What options do I have? And if I go blue, is that the better choice only because the red is in complete chaos and I cannot see myself supporting a party that can't even get its act together?
Perhaps we'll see the rise of third parties.
Perhaps we'll see the rise of third parties, but it definitely will be in the psyches of voters. And a lot of people may just simply vote blue because there isn't in their minds a better option. And so if they don't work this out, if we're talking about a substantive hearing in January and possible elections in March, nothing has been declared, but that's the word going around, then I don't know. It definitely bodes, it doesn't bode well for them, and so it's something we'll keep our eyes on.
Absolutely. Moving now into our next topic, as we mentioned, Paul looks a little bit mashed up.
That's nothing
this
strange.
Morning.
Nothing strange.
No. But with intention, of course. We had just earlier this week the CEO and a representative from the Ministry of Energy, and of course, they were here to talk about Energy Month. Now, this is something that is being recognized in the entire Caribbean. And so November is CARICOM's Energy Month. And as a part of their ongoing activities today, November 8th, they are asking that everyone go to work, or simply, I guess, wherever you're going, go rough dry, go air dry, go... not ironed. Well, that's what it says here on the info that I have, aside from the flyer.
Yes, okay.
So I guess rough dry would be not with dryer.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
And so basically, when you go to work this morning, guys, by saving some energy, you can simply not iron your clothes. Now, when you sent this flyer, I immediately said, well, you don't got to ask me twice. Because I tend to always, I struggle with ironing, guys. That part of the domestication I didn't really get, simply because I burn clothes very easily. But I think this is a great idea. I know when we often speak about conserving on energy, we think about simple things like turning off the lights when you leave a room, or not overusing air condition if you have that, turning off fans if you're not using it. And so this is just another way that you can do that. Perhaps it's a bit of a statement, I'd say, because I know we try to always carry yourself in the most appropriate and appealing manner. So making sure that your clothes aren't wrinkled might be a way to do that. But just for the fun of it, let's go to work, not iron today. And if people ask, then you can show them that flyer.
Yeah, the adults in my life growing up always used to impress upon me that I ironed my clothes, and if I would walk out of the house without properly iron clothes. The adults in my life, whether it's in my home or in my community, wherever that may be, would say, why your clothes look washed up.
Same.
Now those same adults are telling me, don't iron your clothes today. You know, like, it's conflicting.
My aunt Martha is tuning in right now, and I know that if I came too wrinkled, she would probably send me a message like, Sabi, where to go on? Where to go on?
But it's no iron day. It's a way to conserve energy. And so if you feel like you want to contribute in one way or the other, and also save some time, you know, you don't have to iron this morning, so you could just pull the clothes off the rack or take it out of the drawer, just put it on, forget about that 10 minutes of ironing, and move on with your life. You could do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, our final topic of discussion this morning isn't exactly trending, but I know that it's worth discussing because it is, I'd say, a very inspirational piece. Paul, you did an interview with Alan McCoy yesterday, and for most people who would have crossed paths with him, you would have either heard him playing his music at the BTL Park or at some pageant or the other. Now, Alan the Real McCoy, as he calls himself, is a saxophonist, but he's also just a lover of music. And he has such an inspirational story. I have to say kudos to you, Paul, for doing an interview with himself and his dad.
Kudos to Alan.
Kudos to Alan as well. Yesterday, he celebrated 9 years of providing music to the country, 9 years of loving this instrument that he said he learned when he was 19 years old as well.
Yeah, so Alan, I always knew that there was something different about Alan, something special about this guy. He's actually a couple years younger than me, but I couldn't quite put a finger on it. If you know Alan, and I think a lot of people know Alan, you'll hear Alan before you see Alan. And when you end up seeing Alan, it's just always excitement. I don't think I've ever met Alan and he's down and his mood is broken. But I always knew there was something different about him, and he loves to play the saxophone. So yesterday he invited us. He reached out and said, hey, it's my 9th anniversary playing saxophone. Maybe you guys can come and do an interview. And I thought to myself, well, why not? We haven't necessarily sat down with Alan or do an interview with him. And so yesterday we went and I spoke with his father, and I learned a lot more about Alan and who he is and why he presents himself the way he does. Alan has a very supportive family around him, and his parents realized from a very young age that he was different than the other kids around. Alan needed a lot more attention, a lot more time, and he needed something as a special kid to focus on, to fixate himself on. And so when his dad bought him his first keyboard, that changed everything for him, because they found that, you know what, this kid, as much as the other kids around him may think he's different and he's special, he is a genius with the music. He could pick up on music and these notes and these songs pretty easily. And it's the musical thing that they threw him into that. I understand he's tried the bass as well, the bass guitar. He's tried several instruments, but this is the one that he really fell in love with. And he is a true depiction of resilience in terms of not allowing your challenges or circumstances to hold you back from pursuing your dreams. One of the things that stood out to me was he told me, he said, you know what, when I was growing up, I used to listen to saxophone music while I get food. And I instantly think about radio, afternoon or morning radio, or sometimes evening radio when they're just playing those instrumentals. And then you just like, and so you listen to it, but we might just listen to it as passing by. But he listened intently, and he was like, oh, that sounds really good. Let me jump into that. And then, of course, he also does mechanic work with his dad. His dad saw it fit.
Transmission work too.
Right, some transmission work. So that's no easy task. So I've grown a greater respect for this young man, understanding the challenges he's been through in life and the fact that he's been able to maintain a bubbly personality nonetheless.
Absolutely. So, Alan, again, huge congratulations to you for celebrating 9 years of sharing your gift with us. We can't wait to continue following along your journey and, of course, enjoying the beautiful sounds that you play. Well, that does it for What's Buzzing this morning. If you have any thoughts on either of the topics mentioned, let us know in the comments section. Or if you would like to suggest a topic that we discuss, also let us know in the comments section. Moving now into our eye-opener for your daily dose of morning motivation. And it goes like this. Change can enter our lives silently. And this change can be just as important as change we have worked hard for. We all see things about ourselves, our relationships, and our world that we want to change. Often this desire leads us to take action toward inner work that we need to do or toward some external goal. Sometimes without any big announcement or momentous shift, we wake up to find that change has happened, seemingly without us. This can feel like a miracle as we suddenly see that our self-esteem really does seem to be intact, or our partner actually is helping out around the house more. We may even wonder whether all of our hard work had anything to do with it, or if it just happened by way of grace. The same laws that govern the growth of plants oversee our internal and external changes. We observe, consider, work, and wonder, tilling the soil of our lives, planting seeds and tending them. Sometimes the hard part is knowing when to stop and let go, handing it over to the universe. Usually this happens by way of distraction or disruption, our attention being called away to more pressing concerns. And it is often at these times, when we are not looking, in the silence of nature's embrace, that the miracle of change happens. Beautiful.
Yeah, quite an interesting eye-opener. Change always taking place around us, and sometimes we're a part of it. The change is happening, and sometimes it's just happening around us, and we're not conscious that it's happening around us. But I think the goal here is to embrace change. We're often afraid of embracing change, but if you could see the beauty in change and embrace it, then you could move on with your life in a less resistant way, because change will happen whether you like it or not. And if every time changes should take place you push back against change, then I think you'll just end up living a miserable life, and who wants that? Yeah.
And on the flip side, if it's change that you're actually looking for, remember that sometimes change is slow. It might happen in little bits and bouts of taking place. And if you're not able to really see those small acts of change, you won't be able to notice when it's actually happening. And so just remember that. Don't think of change as something that quickly shifts from night to day. Sometimes it's very small shifts that lead to the bigger picture. But we got to move straight into our show, Paul. We have many topics to discuss, but before we do that, let's jump straight into our weather update to see what you can expect today and throughout the weekend.
Good morning. Fair conditions prevail and will support sunny skies today and partly cloudy skies tonight. Little or no rain will develop. This trend will continue Saturday and Saturday night. Winds today along the coast and over the open seas will be light and variable, and seas will be slight. Low tides will occur at 9:39 this morning and 8:31 tonight. High tides follow at 4:17 this evening and 1:31 tomorrow morning. Temperatures this afternoon will peak at 81 Fahrenheit up in the Maya Mountains, 87 along the coast, and 92 inland. The moon will rise at 12:05 this afternoon and sunset is at 5:18 this evening. In the sargassum forecast, impacts, if any, from sargassum will continue to be minimal as observations show little to no sargassum over our area. In the tropical weather update at 3 o'clock this morning, Hurricane Rafael was about 245 miles north-northeast of Progreso, Mexico. Rafael was moving to the west at 9 miles per hour with maximum sustained winds of 120 miles per hour. That's the latest from the Belize Weather Bureau. Do have a pleasant day.
All right, there you have it, your update from the Met Service. Moving now into our show lineup. Again, as we mentioned, we have a jam-packed show, but a really fun one for you this Friday morning. Starting off in our first segment, we'll be meeting the talent behind Bricks and Books. Personally, one of my favorite coffee shops in the city.
I've never had been there, you know.
What?
And I'm a coffee lover. Yeah.
What, Paul?
Yeah.
No, you gotta go. Okay, so they will be here. They're gonna be making some delicious coffee and also talking about the book side of this coffee shop.
Yeah, and the show is done there.
And it's done. We go home after that.
So in our second segment, it's all about bridging cultures at the Belizean Korean Day. And so we'll have the organizers from the Belizean Korean Day to talk a bit about how they've blended cultures to present their culture to Belizeans.
And in our third segment, it's all about striking up Belizean music with Tommy Goff.
And then last but certainly not least, we have the Belize Jaguars football fever with their up-and-coming match against French Guiana. We'll have the coach in as well as two players to talk about that match.
Wonderful. But we got to take our first break. And when we come back, it's all about bricks and books and you. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
My name is Hermine Vega. El Patio Grill has been using Belize Bank for over 25 years. We only use Belize Bank at our restaurant. That's why we were able to win this trip to Europe. I had never been to Europe. We found out it was Madrid and we were excited and we went to this football match. The teams reached before the game and everybody was just outside, you know. You can't explain it. The noise just roared like 3 blocks down the street, but when you got in there and you saw 70,000 people in there, that was amazing. I couldn't believe it was happening. I had to pinch myself to make sure it was real, you know, because it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience, I'd say. My lucky plus one was my son. He's 18 years old, so he was really excited and he enjoyed it as well. He said it's his best trip ever, so it's a priceless experience that we got. Belize Bank has always been there for me. Whatever transactions or whatever I need to do, they're always there for me. I would recommend everybody to use Belize Bank. It's the oldest bank in our country and they continue to do their best.
Rising prices got you down? Well, let Benny's lift you up in these tough financial times. Right now, get low prices on construction materials, such as lumber. And whenever you make a purchase, remember to get your B-Box, which is free money. Only at Benny's, quality and savings.
I'm connected. Yo.
I'm connected.
We're connected.
Create the perfect broadband bundle that fits your style with Smart Connect. With the Junior Bundle, get 50% off your national calls and up to 6 gigabytes of data at no extra cost. Get postpaid added on for an additional cost of only $25 with the Prime bundle. Stay connected with unlimited smart-to-smart calls plus 6,300 megabytes of data and free international minutes. For the family, get the Binge Watchers bundle with Netflix add-on for only $28.13 more. This bundle gives you 4 profiles with unlimited streaming on multiple devices. Visit a showroom near you to sign up and personalize your own bundle combination with Smart Connect. Smart, bringing people together.
Technology is ubiquitous, and it's transforming how, when, and where we work. Fulltech Systems is placing award-winning devices in the hands of information workers, allowing them to work without compromise in a world without wires, to innovate, create, and to maximize productivity anytime, anywhere, satisfying the needs of the desk-centric remote and field worker and every other worker in between. We are providing the industry's best devices to businesses going through the process of digital transformation. Partner with us today to provide the solutions that will allow your employees to work effectively and efficiently to enhance your customers' experience. Fulltech Systems, your technology center, where you'll come for the price, but stay for the service.
My name is Nayeli Yakab. I'm the coordinator of the Benga House of Culture niche. Before the Belize Bank online service, I had to travel to San Ignacio because we don't have a Belize Bank branch in our community. Now with the service, I can conduct my transactions at the office, at the comfort of my home, just anywhere in the world. It has made my life much easier. I would recommend the Belize Bank digital services to everyone and anyone. It gives you back your time, it's highly reliable, it's available 24/7, and it just makes your life easier.
Belize, get ready. In Your Kitchen, Belize Edition is bringing you simple, healthy, delicious meals made just for you. Join Chef Ainsley and our team of nutritionists as they show you how to turn local favorites into nutritious, tasty dishes. Plus, discover the amazing health benefits of everyday foods right from your kitchen. Catch the premiere on Channel 5 on November 18th at 7:30 p.m. and tune in every Monday after for healthier cooking that's easy and fun. Brought to you by the Ministry of Health and Wellness with support from Taiwan ICDF, making healthy cooking a Belizean tradition.
Hi everyone, my name is Raja Ravan Senegal and I am 11 years old. Distractions such as drinking, answering a phone or text messages, talking to passengers, or paying attention to someone else. When a driver gets distracted and fails to notice a pedestrian crossing the street, this can cause an accident. Speed limits in Belize are reasonable, so drivers should follow them. Be patient and pay attention to avoid accidents.
We are elated and we want to commend BL for this initiative. Our students always want to do more, and we want to thank Croatia for what she's done for the school. We also want to thank BEL because the funds that Croatia won allowed us to have new classroom windows for a lower division building. And as for BEL, again, we commend you, we thank you, we are grateful.
Welcome back, guys. We are jumping into our first conversation. And as we said, it's all about bricks and books and coffee.
Yeah.
This morning, we are joined by two representatives, Christopher Main, and he's the manager and owner of Bricks and Books. And he's also brought with him Aaliyah Mori, the barista. We remember Aaliyah when you were here the last time. Now, guys, I have to say thank you so much for joining us. I was telling Paul that Bricks and Books is probably my favorite coffee shop in Belize City. It's so beautiful. It's kind of like it's like you immerse yourselves in a totally different experience. It looks kind of like a little Harry Potter space. But thank you so much for joining us this morning, and we can share with our viewers a bit of what they can expect when they stop in at Bricks and Books.
Oh, thank you very, very much. We're happy to be here to show both aspects of Bricks and Books.
Yes.
The books part and the coffee. Yeah.
Well, let's talk first about the books parts, because of course that's in the name itself. One of the things that I think is really interesting about your particular location is the history that it holds. The building itself is very historical. And of course, one layer of the building is the coffee shop, but above that is a library and an area where persons can enjoy literacy, reading beautiful books from both Belizeans and international writers as well.
Yeah, so it's a bookstore. It's actually an outlet of the book center, which is a different store. However, we work very closely together, and so we sell the books upstairs, and the books that are downstairs in the coffee shop, it's kind of, you can go in and pick them up and read them. So you can have a little break and pick up and read a book, or if you want some time alone, or if you want to chat about the book or go upstairs and buy something bigger, then that's what we have available, and that's what I brought for you here today.
What made you guys decide to add the element of a library to your coffee shop?
So, books and coffee kind of go hand in hand. It's depicted in, on TV that, you're drinking your coffee and reading a book or something. And so it gets the mind going, and coffee does the same as well. And so that's why we wanted to make sure we can revitalize the reading aspect of the country. And so that's our main goal, is we get kids reading and get adults that used to reading again.
Yeah.
What I gather is that you all have a genre for everybody to read.
Oh yeah, that's very true. So what I have here, the selection that I have here, I actually have some Belizean books that I'll start out with.
It. Yeah.
So we have Snapshots of Belize, which is by Kubola. It's a locally made book. It's very, very good. It has a collection of Belizean stories. Some kids have read this in high school, Maybe you'd remember it from there.
Yeah.
But it's so important that you maybe want to revisit them after high school, or if you've never read it, it's very important. Then of course we have Flavors of Belize. This is also a local book. So this is your local cookbook. So you can learn to make your ceviche, your tacos, your reno, your local dishes.
Yeah.
That's a very, very well made book. That's a very, very good gift for anybody who you would like to get them to learn about Belizean cuisine and how to make it. It has everything in there. Parents, you can pack this with your kids when you're going off to school. Send it with them and they can impress their friends. Yeah.
And then of course you have something that also touches a bit on Belizean folklore.
So that one is most important to me because my grandmother helped to put this one together. So this is Characters and Caricatures, a collection of Belizean folklore, and it's a collection of stories about our local folklore.
Guess who's on the cover?
Tata Duende.
All right, just checking.
So this is not a gang sign, but this is what you do when you see Tata Duende.
Yes, you hide your thumbs, right?
Guys, he said this is what you do. You hide your thumbs. Why? Yes. Because if you have a thumb, what would Tata Duende do?
He will grab it and wring it right off.
Yeah, I don't want that. Right?
And among other bad things in here, my one that people don't really know about too much that I'm personally fearful of is Sisimito. Sisimito is, he looks like Bigfoot, to put it that way, if you can imagine that, a big hairy man. But if you see him is what he does. When you see him, if you're a male, it means you will die in 5 days.
No.
If you're a female and you see him, it means that you will live a long and prosperous life. So,
what?
well, I am just reading what's in the book.
Oh,
You'll have to
wow.
read to find out some more.
I mean,
but
if he sees me, he'll see a bigger, more hairier man.
but he might not last 5 months.
He might not
5 days.
last 5 days, right? That might be the situation there. But let's get into the other books, because you have some stuff here for kids as well.
These books are also they're new to the book center. These are pre-loved books, meaning used. However, these are books that come from older libraries that divested their stock. And so they're in very, very good condition. And so I can offer them for very, very good prices.
Yeah, that's one of the things I noticed immediately, the cost.
So this book, this is a nice hardcover book about Christmas.
This.
And so this is $5. You cannot beat a price like this.
You really can't.
Beat a price like this.
And so we have hundreds, almost thousands of books that are like these, of these collections at both locations for the book center. So we have some that you can read with kids. Some are for older kids. These are chapter books. Hairy horror, goes along with your scary stories from the folklore.
Yeah.
And then look at this
much more lengthier book.
Big lengthier book. So if you have a bookworm at home, definitely something you'd want for them to pick up and read. It's only $5.
Yes.
Yeah. That takes me back to my childhood, because these are the type of books I would go for. A very fun books with fun covers that are lengthier and spend more time really delving into a story.
Because sometimes it's the reality of things. You get a small book and it costs $20, and the kids read it in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But with this approach, you can give them a quantity of books that they would like.
Yeah. All right. So before we head over to the coffee, another one this one really piques my interest, because if you look at it, just without really getting into what it is, it looks kind of backward.
It looks like a left-handed book.
Yeah, right.
Like,
it's different. What these are Japanese comics. They're manga.
Okay.
They're a darling of many people in Belize. Many people love manga and anime in Belize. It's actually like almost embraced here.
We had them on yesterday because Japan Day is on Sunday.
So that's where I was going with these. So the book center brings in mangas to sell for popular anime and stories. So this one is One Piece. This is a very polarizing series because of its length. So they're really up there, almost 50 of these books.
In country right now?
Well, not in country, but I don't have every single copy. But I mean in terms of print. This has been going on since 1997.
50 of these in print?
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I was going to say, one of the things that are really interesting about this book is if you attempt to read it the way that we would normally read a book, which is from the right going to the left, you would essentially have to turn the book around to the back of it to read it normally.
So this is
But when you do that, it says, this is the last page.
Right.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So if you turn it around and then you read it the other side, then that's the first page.
Why is it that way?
It's because they're translated from Japanese. And so the people in Japan, they read that way. And so when you're reading it, you kind of have to immerse yourself and read it the way they do. And so that's how it's meant to be read. That's how it's drawn. It plays into the jokes or the action of the entire series. So that's how you're supposed to read it.
Yeah.
And the selection that I brought today is actually my favorite part of One Piece, out of 1,150 chapters.
Yeah, wow. I've never,
coming out weekly.
I've never been so interested in books and coffee at the same time, and to think that you could get them at the same place. This pairing is just so unique and wonderful, and we want to head over to the coffee. So
let's go to the coffee shop now, where we have Aaliyah Mori here with us, and she's the barista, the friendly barista that you'd see when you stop in at Bricks and Books. Now, Aaliyah, I know that it's, here in Belize we have only 2 seasons, but it's still technically fall season, which means it's pumpkin spice season.
Yes,
Do you find a lot of people asking about pumpkin spice drinks?
That's funny because from the very first day, I should say, November 1st, we had customers calling saying, did you bring pumpkin spice back? So it's a very popular flavor all over, and especially at Bricks and Books. And at this moment for November, we do have different pumpkin spice specials. So for example, Last month in October, we had pumpkin spice cheesecake cold foam, right? So every month we do new specials, new and different specials to keep variety, and also just to tickle your taste buds and keep customers interested, right?
And so you brought some, I'd say you're going to be making a drink for us this morning.
Yes, so one of our specials for this month is pumpkin spice, but white chocolate pumpkin spice.
Okay.
It's also available hot and cold.
Okay.
So I'm going to do that hot for you guys.
Nice, love it, love it.
I'm sorry, I'm going to do that cold for you guys. I'm so sorry.
Nice, love it, love it.
Whoa.
My bad, my mistake. So you prefer hot drinks?
Yeah, I prefer it hot, but the taste isn't compromised when it's cold. So for me, it's not necessarily a problem, right? But if I go to the coffee shop, one of the things I'll do is ask for my drinks hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. While others may prefer it cold.
And he literally.
I prefer hot.
You prefer
He
hot?
only
as
gets
well?
black coffee.
Yeah, the thing is with the hot drink, you could savor it while it cools down, and it's a good pairing with reading a book.
Yeah, you know,
is
exactly.
true.
Savor it.
Yeah.
If you put a cold coffee in front of me, it'll be done in about
5 minutes.
Yeah.
That's a dessert drink then.
Yeah, correct.
So at the moment, we do have a hot special
You do
that
have
I
a
think
hot
you'd be
special.
interested in.
Okay.
It's the caramel cinnamon crumble.
Whoa, is there any coffee in there? I've had caramel, cinnamon, and crumble. I didn't hear coffee.
Of course, there's coffee.
Okay, good.
But for that one, we also have like a creme brulee effect, so you can crack the top, and
Oh my
there's
God, that
graham
sounds so good.
crackers.
Imagine, that just sounds so fancy.
So good. Sorry, guys. Okay.
No books were harmed in the making of the crème.
And so, what are the main ingredients of this drink that you're about to make?
So we have pumpkin spice, we have, of course, the white chocolate, and we have vanilla.
Okay. So what have you put in there so far?
Pumpkin spice, white chocolate, vanilla, and milk.
Okay, and the coffee?
We'll get to the coffee.
Okay, just checking.
Guys, he loves coffee.
I love coffee, that's true.
He does.
Yeah.
And when he found out
Yeah,
that-
I mean, listen, we work early in the morning, right? We're usually up from 4 a.m. in the morning. And if we had a long night, we definitely need something, right?
to pick you up in the morning.
Yeah, so maybe we could get Bricks and Books on board to say, hey, supply us with coffee. This morning's coffee is brought to you by
Bricks and Books.
So we already start the partnership.
All right.
Let's get it going.
You're talking to the right guy on your left, you know.
Yeah, so yeah.
It's like WD-40, you know, when your machine isn't working.
Yeah,
it's
just
spray
spray
it,
right?
working again.
All right, so what you're doing right now, Miss Aliyah, is you're getting the ice, right? All right, so she's getting the ice. She's put together some of the necessary items to make the coffee. I remember this is a cold drink. So you're going to get this one cold. And this is for people who like their beverages, their coffee drinks cold, right?
But of course there are options. And I think what's also important to mention is that if you prefer other drinks, you also have things that are not coffee based as well, yes?
Yes, so we have, of course we have treats. So we have Johnny Cakes, we have...
so you do breakfast as well?
We do breakfast as well. So like I mentioned, Johnny Cakes, we have meat pies on a certain daily basis. We have cinnamon rolls, we have muffins, different things just to pick up your taste buds in the early morning. And then we do lunch on reservation every day.
Okay.
And so, except Saturday. We also open on Saturdays.
Tell me about that, Saturdays.
So on Saturdays, we are open from 9 until 5.
Okay.
So we have a
In
slightly
the evening?
until 5 in the evening.
Wow.
So we have a slightly different opening hours, but we open at 7:30 till 5:30 during the week.
Okay.
And so you can, so lots of the people that are around in our area, they stop in early in the morning. They pick up their favorites. Croissants is another favorite that we normally have. It's a different mix of all types of food. My mom is a very good cook and baker, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, well,
And
I
so-
wouldn't deny my mom being a very good
Right,
cook and baker,
yeah.
so.
But so you know, it's something that lots of people have come by and gave us feedback, and so we're continuing to grow what we need and what we offer. So it looks like you guys got something very nice.
Looks
there.
like
All right.
we got something.
It looks good.
Remind us
give
one
it a
more time what
taste.
we're drinking.
This is the ice white mocha pumpkin spice.
Ice white mocha. And I saw she poured the coffee.
I saw and look at how it blends.
So I'm going to mix it.
Look at how that blends.
Yes, beautiful color.
Yeah.
And since you're a hot coffee lover, we do have it hot.
You have this hot?
Yes,
Very
we do.
tempting.
Okay.
I could see myself.
And then for any of the customers, we also have different milk options available, like oat, soy, almond.
Yes, I'm the almond girly.
Yes, you are.
You remember?
Yes.
But this is so good. Of course, I taste the coffee very strongly.
Yeah. Taste the coffee. It's a cinnamon, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have pumpkin spice, right? So you taste that pumpkin spice. It's very potent as well, so it adds to the flavor of the coffee. And if you're asked for pumpkin spice, you want to taste pumpkin spice, right? And that's definitely what I get from this. Is very enjoyable.
It is really, really good.
100% enjoyable.
Again, remind us how we can stop by, the times that you guys are open, and of course, books that are available. As you mentioned, you can stop downstairs, grab a drink, get some food, but you can also read for free downstairs.
Yes.
And if you're interested in purchasing books, head on upstairs where there's a beautiful library display available for you to choose several different types of books.
And also one more thing that we've also been working on for a little while now, sorry, is the third floor where we will, as a training space or a rentable space. And so that's going to be open very soon and available for rent. So if you have an event, a birthday party, or just need to do a meeting very quickly, that's available for rent.
All right, so Ali, are you making a different drink now?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so
this is it's a new addition to our menu as well.
Okay, another cold drink, right?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. And what is this that you will be making?
This is our Freddo cappuccino.
Freddo?
Cappuccino. So it originated from Greece, I should say. And it is a cold cappuccino, not a frozen one, over ice. So what I'll do is just shake your espressos.
Okay.
Right? And I will layer cold foam or milk foam on top for you.
Okay.
So is this one that one that you're making a bit stronger than what we have here?
Yes, it
All right,
is.
now you're starting to get into my zone. Right, the stronger side of the coffee scene.
No problem.
So for you, you are clearly the owner and manager, but for you, like what when you go in, do they have an order on the menu that they know, all right, boss, and this is his coffee preference?
So I actually try to mix it up every now and again. I really enjoy the cappuccino. And also sometimes I get a latte, sometimes I get a matcha.
Oh, so you really
love the matchas.
Yes. The matchas are a fan favorite as well. But I always get them hot. Sometimes I'm just basic. Sometimes I just want some tea and honey. That's typically what I started to drink. I wasn't really a big coffee person when we opened, to be honest.
Oh wow!
But I've gotten into the culture. We've been open a little bit over a year. September made a year, and so I slowly became somebody that needed coffee in the morning, and working those hours, getting up a little earlier than I used to, and also helping to manage both businesses makes me need coffee a little bit more often.
So now you're hooked, you're telling me.
A little bit, a little bit hooked.
I could imagine.
You know, Christopher, aside from the aesthetic of this actual coffee shop, I think one of the things that quickly stood out to me was the way that you guys almost create a community with the people that go to Bricks and Books.
Oh, yeah.
There are certain, I'd say like theme decorations that you guys take on. I remember when Taylor Swift's album came out, there was like a listening party at the
Yes. So
we
there were
had quite an amount of people, both young and old, that came in, especially teenagers.
Yeah.
So there are people, there are Swifties. Don't let anybody tell you differently. There's Swifties in this country.
I 100% could tell you there are.
And they came by. They got the drinks, which were named after her songs/albums. I was not my brainchild. I'm not a Swiftie. I'm sorry, But
you'd be surprised the amount of people that really love.
It was playing all day in the cafe. It was very, very nice. People came by, sharing stories, ordering their drinks.
We had a little photo booth as well, so we had customers taking
Yeah.
their selfies right at the photo booth.
Was this inspired because you're a Swiftie yourself?
I'm not the Swiftie.
Oh, you
no.
sure?
I'm positive.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
I'll be honest.
at
I really
this.
like the first song that she had, the Teardrops on guitar.
Oh, that's so old. What?
You see, I like that song, but I'm not dating myself.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So we have our
Freddo cappuccino,
Yeah.
which is an iced cappuccino. So your espresso is at the bottom, ice.
Cheers, Paul.
And your milk foam layered on top.
Do you mix this or?
You can always mix it, or you can enjoy it as
Because
is.
that espresso, that's to me what's potent there, right? And I want to get to that. But I have to go through this.
Give it a little.
Okay,
you can give it a little swirl.
It's like we're at a vineyard.
Yeah, it's mixing
There you
in
go.
there.
That makes sense. Let me. Should I use
Or
a straw?
you could use that too.
Okay.
You could always use this and mix
Yeah,
it
there
up.
you go.
I'm nervous, guys.
I'm just gonna drink it.
So
like
this
You
is
can
served
sip.
in one size only, so it's meant.
Okay.
So it is a strong drink.
The next segments will be very energetic.
I like it.
You do?
Yeah, I love this. This is for me.
It's very creamy.
Yeah, it's very creamy. It's not, to me, it's not as like sweet as this one. This one kind of have a sweeter flavor to it.
I love
I
this
would
one.
go for this.
Yeah.
All right, so then
But you're the
it's
coffee
settled.
lover too.
No,
Yeah.
it's settled. You'd go for that. I'd go for this.
I go for this one. I like almost a dessert and drink.
What
one.
that shows you, those arenas, that they have diversity there.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that there's an option for everybody.
Yes.
Right? So if you don't like this, you may prefer that. And if I
I think it's good too, but anything that has too much strong coffee behind it kind of makes me get scared. I'm a matcha drinker, and I remember when you brought matcha for us last time. But I love that there are other options for persons who would like to drink coffee or tea even. And so again, how can we reach out to you guys if we'd like to book a space there? Do you guys host gatherings?
Yes, so in the past we've had some gatherings and we hope to continue growing that.
Okay.
And so you can reach out to us on either Instagram, on Facebook. We have our phone number, which we can have displayed.
Yes.
But you can send us an email, bricks.booksbz@gmail.com. Either way, you can get in touch with us, and then therefore you can just reach out and we'll get back to you. We'll have discussions.
All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us. This has been such a wonderful conversation. Thank you for bringing us coffee as well. And I know that a lot of people, if they have not tried Bricks and Books, they'll definitely be stopping. I endorse this message.
Yes.
All righty. Thank you guys so much, and we wish you all the best.
Yes, thank you for having us.
We're now going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we have more conversations. Up next, we're going to be talking about the Korean Day set to take place as well. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
This is what you've been waiting for. In this corner, we have the masters of limitless power and unbeatable connection. Pioneers of 4G LTE in Belize. It's the undefeated champion, Smart. And in the other corner, struggling to keep up, it's the other guy. Fight! Tired of getting blow after blow from a plan with the other guys? It's time to tap out and join the winning postpaid plan provider. Smart's postpaid plans are a total knockout to the competition, and they have once again powered up their postpaid plans. Sign up for one of Smart's boosted postpaid power plans today and experience the victory of superior service. Smart, bringing people together.
know about the phasing out of single-use plastics and the enactment of pollution from the plastics regulations. One of the key components in this regulation states that for an item to be considered biodegradable, it must consist of more than 50% of bio-based content. Here, you will find out how the Department of the Environment determines what items meet the criteria and what equipment is being used to guide that process.
Since 2019, the Department of the Environment has been working with CIFAS in doing microplastics. Through this project, CIFAS has donated 2 microscope Fourier transform infrared spectroscopy equipment to strengthen capacities on monitoring and enforcement to reduce marine litter and plastic pollution. The FTIR can be used to identify unknown materials. The Department of the Environment will use the equipment to determine the composition of single-use plastics and biodegradable products to enforce the environmental protection, pollution from plastics regulations.
While we have a long way to go with the implementation of the pollution from plastics regulation, having this equipment is one step closer. For more information on what's being done about biodegradables and ways you can help, visit our website at www.doe.gov.bz.
My name is Leomar Langzert and I'm a teacher and I bank with Belize Bank Independence Branch. What I enjoy is the safety features that the app offers. I have a sense of not having to worry or be concerned about somebody finding my password and username to sign in the application because of the use of the one-time password. And another feature that I love, that I use the most, is how the app synchronizes with my fingerprint on my device. I enjoy the rapid and easy, seamless process to apply for loans through the Belize Bank, and I don't have to be having too much back and forth to visit or take time to visit the bank. They also start to offer the online applications through the app for loan applications, which I believe is very neat. I would definitely recommend Belize Bank to other teachers because one of all the features and advantages that the app offer, with these online that Belize Bank offer, is basically everything that you can do in the palm of your hand. So I would definitely recommend the bank to other teachers.
Take control with My Social Security, your secure online account to manage all your Social Security information. To create a My Social Security account, you must be 14 years or older and have a valid email address. Visit the My Social Security self-service portal at ssbportal.org.bz. Click on Create Account. Enter your date of birth and phone number. Next, verify your email address to continue. To verify, simply enter your email address and click the Send Verification button. Enter the verification code sent to your email inbox to proceed. Next, create a password that meets the requirements. Enter the name and select a reason for your account. Then click Create. Your My Social Security account was successfully created. Your information security is our priority. If you have a Social Security number, click Link My SSN to link your Social Security number to your account and activate using the steps in your confirmation email. If you do not have a Social Security number, click Register with SSB. You are now ready to truly experience Social Security at your fingertips.
I'm connected. Yo.
I'm connected.
We're connected. Create the perfect broadband bundle that fits your style with Smart Connect. With the Junior Bundle, get 50% off your national calls and up to 6 gigabytes of data at no extra cost. Get postpaid added on for an additional cost of only $25 with the Prime Bundle. Stay connected with unlimited smart-to-smart calls plus 6,300 megabytes of data and free international minutes. For the family, get the Binge Watchers bundle with Netflix add-on for only $28.13 more. This bundle gives you 4 profiles with unlimited streaming on multiple devices. Visit a showroom near you to sign up and personalize your own bundle combination with Smart Connect. Smart, bringing people together.
Welcome back. This is our second conversation for this morning, and it's all about bridging cultures at the Belizean Korean Day. It's a conversation we had last year. In fact, we're going to have a lot of familiar faces. We have joining us on set this morning, Mr. Samuel Yu, and he's the director of IYF Atlanta. We also have Philemon Yu, my buddy Phil, who's the director of IYF Memphis. We have Mr. Jermaine Garvin, no stranger to our morning show. He's the director of IYF Belize. And we have Ocean Kim, who's a volunteer from South Korea.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
And welcome back for some. But thank you so much for joining us.
All right, so just want to throw a question out there. Why a Korean Day in Belize? Who's going to take that question?
I'll take it. All right. So, there's recently, even in the U.S., across the world, Korean media has had a large presence, especially the music and also the TV series, like dramas, variety shows. And so a lot of students, they are interested in it. There's kind of like a subculture that's formed, and then they like to be a part of that kind of activities and things like that. And so we wanted to provide a chance for students to express themselves in a very, passionate way in terms of what they love, in terms of the Korean culture. And so that's why we're doing the K Festival tomorrow.
Okay, so tell me, you said music and TV shows.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Oh, in terms of TV shows?
And
the music.
What
K-pop.
K-pop, yes. K-dramas. So, for example, there was a show called Squid Game. You might not have heard of ever before. Right?
I've never heard of it.
Never heard of it, right?
Okay. Were you in that?
Oh, no, I wasn't.
Okay.
I almost was. I'm just kidding. I was not. Right? But there was this show called Squid Game. It was a really big hit. Probably, I think, when it came out, the most watched TV show in Netflix history.
Yes.
And so that's actually a Korean show.
And they have a second season coming out very soon, guys.
Yes.
And then K-pop is Korean music.
Yes, it's Korean music.
Yeah, I know K-pop is very popular. Yeah.
Especially among our younger generations here in Belize. I know a lot of the kids and teenagers, they love BTS.
Yes.
But for me, what I'm particularly intrigued about is the Korean community here in Belize. Do we have a growing community in Belize of Koreans?
Yeah. There's a small community in Belize for Koreans. Well, I think everybody knows the Korean electronics store.
Yes.
The Kmart,
Yeah,
right?
I love our store.
Right.
Yeah.
So many of the students that we meet that really like the Korean culture, every time we talk with them, they're asking about the food, but the only place they can get it is at Korean electronics.
Which sells electronics.
Which sells electronics, but
they have a
mart.
little store.
Yes,
Okay.
they have a mart.
Okay.
A mart.
Correct.
So they try to get the products from there. But this time around for the K Culture Festival we're trying to introduce a little bit more variety. As you know, this is probably the third year that we're doing this kind of festival.
Yeah.
So we want to bring on more foods so that the students can experience a little bit more with the taste of Korea.
So for you, Mr. Garvey, you don't look like the typical Korean. I
don't?
It's a long pause before he said it, though.
And your accent doesn't say Korean. So I hope I'm not trying to be offensive, right?
I know.
But tell me a bit about how you got involved in this and in IYF as well, and what's your role here?
So IYF was originated from South Korea. The founder of the IYF is actually from South Korea. That is our global headquarters. And since that time, we were established formally in 2001. And we've grown exponentially. Right now, maybe 106 countries across the world. So 3 years ago, we came to Belize. We started our programs. But because we started in South Korea originally, we have a large presence. So every year we have persons coming from South Korea to Belize. Because of that, we bring that kind of experience and personnel to Belize so we can use that to, I guess, kind of satisfy what the young people like. Again, K-pop, K-drama. So using that kind of culture and resource to kind of funnel some bright happiness to the young people because they like that. Not all of them may be able to go to Korea, but we can bring a piece of Korea here in Belize.
Yeah.
What's the IYF's overarching mission or goal?
Right. So we are a voluntary youth organization, but we're a Christian organization. So we focus on the primary education that we give. We call it mind education, which is changing the mindset, how they think. However, what we believe, because we are a Christian organization, the best heart is the heart of Jesus. So if we could transfer that heart to the youth, then with that heart they can begin to change their lives. But of course, not all young people like to hear about church and the Bible just directly. So we give them a lot of activities and fun stuff that they like as a side. But the main dish is transferring this heart of Jesus to them.
I love that.
I want to get Samuel Yu in the conversation. As we mentioned, he is the director of IYF Atlanta. And Samuel, I imagine that you are here for the event as well. I'm wondering, did you bring a delegation of young people from Atlanta to also exchange in the Korean culture with Belizeans here?
Yes, I'm here on Monday.
Okay.
I'm a director of IYF in Atlanta, Georgia, and also I'm a pastor. And I'm from South Korea originally. So through the IYF, I saw many students, many young adults, they changed their life. Because even many educational methods, just do it, just don't do it. It is just a method. But the Bible said, so when we change our heart, our life is immediately changing, automatically changing. That's why we teach the mind education. I remember 1994, I went to missionary school. Sorry.
It's okay.
So that time, one of the student came from America. He was one of the gangster member. He had a gun. So his mom was so worried, and then she sent him to Korea. Through the Pastor Oaks Park, he changed his life. He received salvation. And then after received salvation, his life was totally changed. So Pastor Oaks Park, he saw young people where if we have some materials to grab their heart, it's the Bible. And then he called many students every year. So now we became we established the IYF. Through the IYF, we saw many students, they changed their life in the world now. Yes.
I know we've had some in-depth conversation to an extent with Mr. Garvey right here on this morning show about the entire mind education. And it's quite interesting how he's presented it to us, the work that is done over at IYF. And so we thank you, Mr. Samuel, for being here in Belize and for being interested in the work that is being done here. And I'd imagine that you'll be at the celebration tomorrow. What are you looking forward to? What are you looking forward to tomorrow at the celebration?
So I think through the festival, I think many students will have enjoy, and they take taste the Korea food and dance, and I think successfully we're gonna finish. I think.
So let's bring Miss Ocean into the conversation. Is this your first time in Belize? Yeah. This is your first time? Okay, so when did you arrive?
Last week I arrived here, yeah.
Did you come from Korea or from the US? Where were you before you came here?
Before I came here, I was in US. It's been like 6 months, and then I just came.
So
here.
6 months. So you left from home 6 months ago to go to the US. Now tell us a bit about what you do, your involvement in IYF.
Actually, IYF, with my friends, we develop young people to leaders. So through this IYF, we can study about how heart can change other people's heart. So yeah, so we study and we taught like to people we can change the world. So yeah.
And how did you get involved?
Oh, actually, one of my friends was in this IYF, so my friends told me, I wish you can enjoy real happiness in this IYF, so that's the way how I get into IYF, yeah.
Wonderful. Aside from the cultural exchange that we can expect at tomorrow's festival, for persons who might be interested in the initiative or the overall objective of what IYF stands for, is there an opportunity for them to join this movement as well when they attend the festival tomorrow?
Yes, so we have a booth, IYF Belize booth, represent, right, IYF Belize, and so we're gonna be recruiting volunteers. And so last week, for example, we did a 1-week program for a school. It's a youth development program, day program, and we partnered with the school to host that for them. So every day we went and did leadership lectures, we did activities, and we did conversation starting activities as well. And they learned dance, they learned K-pop dances, and they had a lot of fun. And so we continue the initiative after the festival to continue to develop the next generation of leaders here in Belize who are gonna not just be for themselves, but be able to have empathy, be able to change, to be able to work for the country for the better. And that's our dream, that's our goal.
Wonderful.
So let's talk a bit about what can be expected this weekend. I saw a video just now, and it is to run through some of the events and activities. What's happening inside the Civic? When I walk in, what can I expect? What sort of activities can I engage in?
So first of all, the first sense that we hit will be your nose, because you smell the food. The food, a variety of foods, all the Korean people's favorite foods are going to be there. Like there's tteokbokki spicy rice cake, there's Korean popcorn chicken, there's kimbap, the Korean rolls, there's the Korean drinks, right? And all that's going to be available. And then also there's going to be booths where they can participate in activities, Korean culture activities. Like they can make their own fan and take it home, design it and take it home. There's face painting, there's Korean calligraphy, so they can learn how to write Korean. And so there's the festival portion, but then we have an academy half of the festival where we actually, the volunteers like Ocean, they teach a class.
Okay.
So they teach like Korean games, they teach the Korean language, they teach the Korean dance, K-pop dance. So you get to learn your own K-pop dance.
And I understand that we will be seeing just a bit of what a K-pop dance will look like
this morning.
As well. So thank you for giving us a teaser. But as we wrap up this segment, let us know again the location, the time, and the entry fee, if that is also applied to this event.
So it's this Saturday, tomorrow, Saturday, November 9th at the Civic Center. Starting time is 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. There's just an admission cost of $15, and that covers a large portion of what they'll be tasting.
Yeah.
They can register right now. They can go on our social media feed, IYF Belize, Facebook and Instagram, and register.
Yes.
So they don't want to miss this year's event because we've actually made much bigger and better than last year.
I'm wondering if I'll be able to purchase any of the cultural wear there. Is that something I can do? Like,
yes,
cultural wear, can I purchase?
Yes, the fans, yes. When you design it, and there was someone that's teaching you how to design some Korean designs on it, you take it home with you.
Okay.
It's the fan you can use it to cool yourself down.
Nice.
Also calligraphy.
And also calligraphy, you take that home with you. Yes.
All right. Yes. Well, as we wrap up this segment, I want to say thank you guys so much for joining us. This has been an absolute pleasure. I have to say kudos to you guys for the work that you have been doing all these years, engaging young people, but also bringing them closer to God at the same time. So kudos to you guys. Yeah. At this point, though, as we mentioned, we will be providing you with a little bit of a cultural experience where you get to see what Korean dance looks like. I'm personally excited about this. And as we mentioned, if you attend the Korean Culture Fest tomorrow at the Belize City Civic Center, this will be just one of the activities that you can witness. and probably even learn as well among food, looking at clothing, and of course engaging in an opportunity of exchanging culture.
Yeah, this is going to be an exciting one, Sabrina. I'm looking forward to seeing this Korean K-pop dance, right? So maybe we may learn a move or two, because I know we're lacking in that area where dance moves are concerned. At least myself, I have 2 left feet.
Yeah.
And so I think we're ready. We're about set. We're going to get the music going, and then we're going to switch over on set to our dancers. Let's do it.
You got it. You got it.
My name is Leomar Langzert and I'm a teacher and I bank with Belize Bank Independence Branch. What I enjoy is the safety features that the app offers. I have a sense of not having to worry or be concerned about somebody finding my password and username to sign in the application because of the use of the one-time password. And another feature that I love, that I use the most, is how the app synchronizes with my fingerprint on my device. I enjoy the rapid and easy, seamless process to apply for loans through the Belize Bank, and I don't have to be having too much back and forth to visit or take time to visit the bank. They also start to offer the online applications through the app for loan applications, which I believe is very neat. I would definitely recommend Belize Bank to other teachers because one of all the features and advantages that the app offer. With these online that Belize Bank offered is basically everything that you can do in the palm of your hand. So I would definitely recommend the bank to other teachers.
Take control with My Social Security, your secure online account to manage all your Social Security information. To create a My Social Security account, you must be 14 years or older and have a valid email address. Visit the My Social Security self-service portal at ssbportal.org.bz. Click on Create Account. Enter your date of birth and phone number. Next, verify your email address to continue. To verify, simply enter your email address and click the Send Verification button. Enter the verification code sent to your email inbox to proceed. Next, create a password that meets the requirements. Enter the name and select a reason for your account. Then click Create. Your My Social Security account was successfully created. Your information security is our priority. If you have a Social Security number, click Link My SSN to link your Social Security number to your account and activate using the steps in your confirmation email. If you do not have a Social Security number, click Register with SSB. You are now ready to truly experience Social Security at your fingertips.
I'm connected. Yo.
I'm connected.
We're connected.
Create the perfect broadband bundle that fits your style with Smart Connect. With the Junior Bundle, get 50% off your national calls and up to 6 gigabytes of data at no extra cost. Get postpaid added on for an additional cost of only $25 with the Prime Bundle. Stay connected with unlimited smart-to-smart calls plus 6,300 megabytes of data and free international minutes. For the family, get the Binge Watchers bundle with Netflix add-on for only $28.13 more. This bundle gives you 4 profiles with unlimited streaming on multiple devices. Visit a showroom near you to sign up and personalize your own bundle combination with Smart Connect. Smart, bringing people together.
Welcome back. We're jumping into our third conversation, and we hope that you have been enjoying the show so far because the fun continues. But in this conversation, we will be chatting with Tommy Goff, and she is a Belizean musical artist joining us from Belmopan, and here to talk to us about her latest music.
Sabrina, I like how you properize the Tommy Goff. Tommy Goff?
Tommy Goff?
That believes that Tommy Goff.
Well, I don't know if that's what she calls herself, Tommy Goff.
Right.
Yes, man. That's what you say?
Tommy Goff.
Oh.
Tommy Goff, right. Sister, how about that name? How you came to that name? Because as far as I'm concerned, that's a very dangerous animal.
That's true. Well, to be honest with you, my mom made a name that Goff.
Okay.
Right, so
I like that.
That didn't have the family. And then I believe that I very dangerous when it comes to lyrics. So you know, when you strike me with the lyrics, yeah. So I said Tommy Goff, you know.
Yeah,
so.
correct. So the Goff doesn't come out of nowhere.
No.
Yeah.
Right. So you got that, and then the Tommy, well, the danger. I like it. I dig it. I'm with it.
So you are a musician, and as you mentioned, you consider yourself a strong lyricist. But how long have you been writing music?
I had to write music for, was it from like 10?
Wow.
You start with poems, you know,
Yes.
that's how you start with poems, and then you start find a beat where you could put your poems to, and then you end up to say, hey, I really like this, you know, and it has become something I really love, you know, so.
Yeah. So from your 10, so 5 years ago.
About that. about that.
Well, that nice. Now, so you transition from poetry, like I think that's a natural transition for a lot of artists. You go from poetry, like you said, you put beats to your music. Is there like a memorable first song for you that you were like, yeah, I really like this, and I think I could actually venture more into the music than the poetry? Can you remember like those initial stages?
I can remember the first time I really write a song.
Yeah, tell me.
I'm for somebody special back in the day.
So what inspired
It usually
that?
begins with love songs,
Yeah,
I'd say.
you know. So I mean, you end up to realize that hey, I know something too bad, you know. So you know, and you decide to take a risk with something. You decide to make it be a talent. You know?
Correct.
Yeah.
And I grow to love it.
Yeah. What was the name of that first song? You can't remember.
That one there, can't
That's
tell you that I
okay. That's
remember. I
okay.
can't
You started to
remember.
remember 5 years ago, right?
Now, for me, I think what I'd like to know is, do you have a particular genre that you consider yourself attached to, or do you not keep yourself in a box?
Well, I start with R&B.
Okay.
I grew up to listen to souls. I like Usher. I like them Boys to Men. All of them real songs were really hit, you know. So I start writing R&B songs. Right now I try to venture into Afro R&B and Afro pop. So I feel like that's a good genre will set good with my voice and things like that. So next year I plan to do some drill. I'm not too sure if you don't know drill.
Drill,
but,
of course, I know
you
drill.
know, you want
That
to
hip
drill.
hop, that's a hip hop type of genre.
Yeah, you know,
drill.
I have a lot of songs where different. I don't just want to stick to one genre, you know. So yeah.
All right, so what we're seeing here on screen is one of your latest videos, right? I'm familiar with it because I watched it the day it was released, and I have to commend the shots, first of all.
Thank you.
Right, we'll get to the music, but I think this video was beautifully shot. The locations that were selected, just the color and the vibe that it's giving off. It represents Belize well. What were we going for with this video?
Well, this song basically named Last Time, you know, it's basically like a breakup song, saying that this is the last time I really give my love away.
Why?
You know, like I'm
Why?
done with it, you know.
Why?
So the idea what I had for this song was, okay, I want to look like I did venture into a jungle or something. And you know, you gotta go through your thing, but that like life, the jungle, so deep, so dense, everything. That like the problems and stress we had to go through, but at the end of the journey, you could find something beautiful, like the waterfall. So that's how I really made it go for like, yeah, you know. It's like last time I really make some things get to me, you know, and just, that was the vibe I was going for, so.
This is in Pine Ridge, correct?
Yeah, Pine Ridge.
Yeah, this is beautiful. Who shot it?
My guy, Sharon Hope. That's the only guy who shoot my music videos.
Sharon, we've seen some stuff work from Sharon here. We featured somewhere. Sharon is a really good videographer and video editor. Now, in terms of the song, Heartbreak, right? It could be real, it could be made up, but a lot of people could relate to Heartbreak. Let's talk a bit about the lyrics in the song and what the lyrics says.
Well, the lyrics, this is the last time I give my love away, and this is the last time I let a tear run down my face, because nobody ever choose to stay. You know, so it's basically, yeah, you could say it's real talk. I don't really write lyrics that I know to go through or things like that. And like you say, it's very relatable. Everybody go through and heartbreak, everybody, you know, but this one really hit different. That last one really hit different, so.
Yeah, I could imagine.
That's one of the things that I think is so powerful about music and musicians as well. For a lot of people, the artists that they connect to, it's either maybe because of the beat or because of the words. Musicians find a way of saying the things that we're feeling, but we can't exactly express it in that artistic way. And so there are artists that you would go to and listen to their albums or their projects multiple times if you're going through a heartbreak as well, or if you're feeling in love, or if you're feeling just overly happy about something. Is this the reaction that you get from people when they fall in love with your music and they tell you that, hey, I connected to this in a particular way?
Right. They do. They say they could relate. And that's what I aim for, you know. I don't have a Bugatti and thing right now, you know. But like I said, I write what I go through. Even the hip-hop songs, I'm saying, I had to bring things where I know do or have, you know, so. But that is me.
That's a part of staying true to yourself. How important do you think it is as an artist to stay true to yourself, true to what you're feeling, true to the reality that you are living right now?
Right.
Yeah, how important do you think that is?
I believe so because, I mean, music, anything on TV, very powerful. The media, very powerful. What you portray out there, people watch and people do. I mean, I try not do gunman music because I don't really promote that. I not pick up a gun and you know that's not me. So I believe your message where you put out there impact the people, especially the young people where they grow up. So I believe what you write, you should really take the time to write your lyrics and realize what you put out there because it has an impact.
Yeah, what's your thoughts on the support for Belizean music at this time and the support that Belizeans give to Belizean music, and what do you think we should do to increase that support if you find that it's low?
Personally, I could say I am an upcoming Belizean artist, so it's very slow for me, but that's okay. I believe in myself. That one thing I was, you know, and I believe that the Belizean people should give Belizean music a try. I mean, I try to bring something different to the table, you know, so I believe that we as Belizeans should focus more on our Belizean culture and our accent.
Yeah.
Instead of go to like Trinidad or Jamaican type of style, we have a nice Creole accent and we sound good on the mic if we do that. I feel like we should stick to our thing, like Stig, I not like to. Stig song Belizean, he no song Trinidadian or Jamaican. He sung like a Belizean artist. And you know, that way I believe that we should stick to.
Yeah, I appreciate that perspective because we do need to make a brand out of our accent.
Right.
I think the accent alone could propel Belizean music to a next level. Is how guys like Lord Rayburn became legends. It's how guys like Mr. Peters became legend, Paul Nabor. These people embraced Belizean accent. Even Andy Palacio with the Garifuna, a huge part of that is Belizean, and so that's really a good perspective. I don't know if we'll get a chance to hear the song. If it's something we'll play, maybe we could find that out. But talk to us about what's upcoming for you, what you have in the pipeline.
Well, this song is actually the first song of my first upcoming EP.
Wow.
It's called No Love. I have an upcoming song with, his name is Jarrell Velasquez.
Oh, he's a basketball player?
Yeah, he's a
I actually saw a video with him last night. Sort of rapping, very talented too.
Very, very talented. I was writing this song and I said, man, I could finish this song by myself, but it's missing somebody. And I hit him up and I said, Bird, I feel like you perfect for this song. And he said, shoot me the song, and I sent it to him, and you know, that's not why he sent me a video with him, the rap to it, and I said, this is it.
Oh wow.
This is it, and so look forward to that. That's a very nice one too. It's a very nice one.
Yeah, see, and this song is with Denzi.
Yeah, that was my last song that I pushed out, Get To Me with Denzi, so.
Yes. All right, well, Tommy Goff, as we continue to enjoy the musical pieces that you put out, do you have social media platforms that we can follow your journey on?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram, YouTube, subscribe to YouTube, Tommy Goff. Instagram, I'm Tommy Goff, and Facebook, I'm Tommy Goff.
Wonderful. So, well, thank you so much. And as we wrap up this segment, I'll give you an opportunity to give your shout outs to people who have supported you and followed you on this journey as well.
Right. I always have to big up the creator.
Yes.
You know, always. Mommy. Big up the grass, big up my GS team, as always, and big up everybody who always support me and believing in me, so thanks.
Love it.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
All right, we're going to take our final break, and when we come back, the conversation switches into Belize Jaguars football fever. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
is Leomar Langsert, and I'm a teacher, and I bank with Belize Bank Independence Branch. What I enjoy is the safety features that the app offers. I have a sense of not having to worry or be concerned about somebody finding my password and username to sign in the application because of the use of the one-time password. And another feature that I love, that I use the most, is how the app synchronizes with my fingerprint on my device. I enjoy the rapid and easy, seamless process to apply for loans through the Belize Bank, and I don't have to be having too much back and forth to visit or take time to visit the bank. They also start to offer the online applications through the app for loan applications, which I believe is very neat. I would definitely recommend Belize Bank to other teachers because one of all the features and advantages that the app offer. With these online that Belize Bank offered is basically everything that you can do in the palm of your hand. So I would definitely recommend the bank to other teachers.
Take control with My Social Security, your secure online account to manage all your social security information. To create a My Social Security account, you must be 14 years or older and have a valid email address. Visit the My Social Security self-service portal at ssbportal.org.bz. Click on Create Account. Enter your date of birth and phone number. Next, verify your email address to continue. To verify, simply enter your email address and click the Send Verification button. Enter the verification code sent to your email inbox to proceed. Next, create a password that meets the requirements. Enter the name and select the reason for your account. Then click Create. Your My Social Security account was successfully created. Your information security is our priority. If you have a social security number, click Link My SSN to link your social security number to your account and activate using the steps in your confirmation email. If you do not have a social security number, click Register with SSB. You are now ready to truly experience social security at your fingertips.
I'm connected. Yo.
I'm connected.
We're connected.
Create the perfect broadband bundle that fits your style with Smart Connect. With the Junior Bundle, get 50% off your national calls and up to 6 gigabytes of data at no extra cost. Get postpaid added on for an additional cost of only $25 with the Prime Bundle. Stay connected with unlimited smart-to-smart calls plus 6,300 megabytes of data and free international minutes. For the family, get the Binge Watchers bundle with Netflix add-on for only $28.13 more. This bundle gives you 4 profiles with unlimited streaming on multiple devices. Visit a showroom near you to sign up and personalize your own bundle combination with Smart Connect. Smart, bringing people together.
Welcome back. This is our final conversation for this morning, but it's certainly not the last or the least conversation. We have joining us representatives from the national football team, senior men's football team, that is, the Belize Jaguars. We have Mr. Charlie Slusher, who's becoming a familiar face on our morning show, and he's the senior men's national team coach. We also have Mr. Naeem Wilson, who's a defender for Port Loyola, also on the national team, as well as Sean Young, who's a senior men's national team forward. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning, good morning.
So I have to tell you that I appreciate the fact that we're seeing you, and we're seeing you more often. This level of visibility we're not used to seeing with the national team. Is it intentional for you to be more visible and to interact with fans a bit more?
Well, I believe so. And like I say, if we want the fan support, we need everybody's support. We also have to do our part
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's definitely part of the process.
Well, it's 100% commendable. So kudos to you and your team behind you. Who's your PR team? Whoever is forcing you or nudging you to wake up early in the morning and be here, we appreciate them. But Mrs. Lusher, let's talk a bit about where we are in terms of the different tournaments or that the national team is involved in, or is it just one, and where are we in that process? Help us understand the landscape right now as it stands.
Okay, presently we started this year with it's a Nations Cup Gold Cup qualifiers, but because of what happened in the past, we were basically demoted to Group C, which was like the lowest level in our region in CONCACAF. And so we started on that mission to, first of all, get back into the Group B, which is to improve our standings, improve everything when it comes to the respect for the nation when it comes to football. And I must say that during the time that we were here, since we start, we have now been promoted back to Group B and have also qualified to play another round. So we are passing all expectation. A lot of people didn't believe that we would have been going this far. Right now, presently, we have a game the 14th of November. It's a very huge game with a lot of impact in the sense that against French Guyana we play. This is a playing game that we qualify for. We win this series, it's a home and away series. November 14th in Belmopan is our first home game, and we really like the entire country to come to support us, because we start off our first mission for the entire year was to get to the Gold Cup.
Yes.
People believe the coach was crazy when he said or he made that expectation, but I know that, you know, once I get the right set of guys and we have enough time to prepare, the goal was achievable, and we are getting closer to that. So this game is like we move past French Guyana, we go into what you call a prelims, which is one game to get to the goal. One game to get to the Gold Cup, and that game will be played to the US.
Okay, so before we get there, I want to backtrack so our viewers understand the process, right? So we got demoted, as you said, to Group C, and basically we had to fight for our lives. The last time you were here, it was to promote a game against...
I think it was
Turks and Caicos and Anguilla.
Yes. The implications of those games were that you had to win.
Yeah, we won our group, and not just win. By winning our group, it put us in a good chance of qualifying to the Gold Cup. In other words, we are playing French Guyana because French Guyana was one of the last place team from the Group A. The Group A is the highest level, so depending on how we qualified, we could have played a higher level. Well, I don't want to. We're not taking anything from French Guyana, but we're saying we could have been playing a powerhouse, which our chances would have been more tougher. So we kind of put ourselves in a position where we believe that we could pass French Guyana and win this series.
No, all right, good. So now next week, French Guyana home game. That's another game that so playing. When you say playing,
now this is a home and away series just between Belize and. So we finished that group stage that we were playing with Anguilla and Turks, and we played 4 games, won 4 games. Nobody scored on us in that entire 4 games. So we did excellent, but again, this is the real. I don't want to say this is the real test because every game is important, but this is the real test for us now to get closer to achieving that goal, and that's why this game is very important, because we are playing at home. Now it's just we and French Guyana. You want to, in a 2-game series, it's very important that you win your home game. So when you go on the road, you could do whatever.
You got some leverage.
Yes, got some leverage, but we definitely need to win at home.
I understand.
Well, let's get Naeem and Sean in the conversation. As we mentioned, they are also a part of the senior football team. Guys, let's talk about your journey so far on this team. We were just talking about your game against Anguilla and Turks and Caicos, leading up to this point now where the stakes are even higher as we get closer to the possibility of being in the Gold Cup. What has the experience been like so far?
To me, it's been a really tough battle because we came back from Panama, taking a lick and straight into the national team. So, coach had us focusing from we are over there until we reach back, man, take us into training until now, and I think we're ready.
When you said coming back from Panama, that's because you're a part of Port Loyola FC, right? And in CONCACAF, Port Loyola FC represented Belize. Yeah, so that's what you mean by it being tough. Have you seen, I have to ask, if from the player's perspective, if you've, well, let me ask first, you've been on the national team before?
Not really,
so, okay, so this is your first run on the national team. What is your view of the national team and the players on the team?
No, it's been okay because it's all youths, all like one age run really, and everyone is together, understanding each other and the coach and the whole strategy of football now.
Is the training different on the national team versus
your
club team?
Yeah, more physical, more better mental training.
Now for you, Sean, you do you play for a club outside of the national team?
I play for a Port also.
You play for a Port, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so for you, is this your first go round on the national team as well?
Yeah, this is my
nice.
first.
Was it for you always a dream or a vision to be on the national team, or you've always been comfortable at the club level?
Well, to me, I always want to be on the national team. I mean, I always work towards it and thing. So that always a risk to me. So I always put myself out there. Yeah, so the coach could give me a call when I time for call up and things like
so
that.
what would you say you bring to the table?
Well, I like going to passion. I'm ready to score a goal, ready to make Belize and proud, things like that.
So you gentlemen played Turks and Caicos and Anguilla. Were you or both of you in that actual game?
No, on him.
Okay, you were in that game. Yeah, for you, what was the experience on the field? Because those games we won, right? We won both of them.
But were there any challenge to keep that win?
Just mentally. Stay focused mentally. And everything went good.
And now with this game coming up with French Guyana. What is the mental states, or what are the mental states of you gentlemen going into this? I know that you're both speaking for yourselves, but you also are training with your other teammates as well. What are the thoughts going into this, knowing that the stakes are higher?
I feel like the coach got everybody prepared, everybody focused on things because the training very intense, things like that. So I feel like everybody focused on it. Everybody there together as one, like one big family. We all have fun, I think, when we're at the camp and stuff.
Coach, how do we train like a national football team? Tell us what that rigorous training session is like.
Well, it has to be different from the club, not necessarily better or whatever, how you would want to say it, but at the club level in Belize, a lot of our players work. They probably train 3 times for the week, while you're playing against clubs or countries or team that train the entire week, morning and evening. So that is a gap that we have to bridge at the national team. So we always have to be a little bit more intense, have a little bit more work, much more harder, so we could bridge that gap. It's like a ladder. Our league in Belize, when you talk about Port or other club, is like you're halfway up that ladder, but then the other clubs that you're going to meet is on top. So that's the gap that we have to really bridge, and a lot of time we don't have a lot of time, so we rely a lot on the club to prepare these guys as much as they can, so that when they come to the national team, then we could just fine tune and do some of the work. But we have to accept our reality and work around it, that a lot of the clubs are not that professional, so some of the guys go to train once, twice for the week, and it's very difficult to try to compete against professional players that train morning and night 2 times per day for the entire week. So those are some of the challenges that we have, but again, we know it, so we have to make sure that we prepare the right way to deal with it.
What hope do we have in changing that culture? Changing that culture where we actually get to a place, or is this perhaps just a lofty, unreachable goal to get to a place where we actually have full-time football players?
Well, I think one of the only team presently that is a full-time is the Verdes Football Club.
They're full-time?
Yeah, they're full-time. The guys work out twice a day, sometimes for the entire week. So But again, the other clubs, most of them are not full-time. So as long as we could get the league and the club closer to professionalism, then it will definitely have a positive effect on the outcome of the national team, because like I say, we rely a lot. For example, a couple of weeks ago, there were 2 weeks straight, there was no PLB game that played. That again put a damper on our plan, because if those games are not played, then again it means that the players will be losing game shape and they'll be losing their fitness level. So now when they come to it, it's like we have to even work double, you know. So those are some of the setbacks that we find. So it's very, very important that we could get the league in the future to really be close to professionalism and get as much club as possible, and not just one, but the other top clubs also.
I think one of the questions people are also interested in is what the selection process is like. What do you look for in these gentlemen that we point to put on the team?
Well, first of all, my first thing is that whether you could do the job or not. I look for position. If I want to fit this like a puzzle, you got to look for the right pieces in the right places, or else the puzzle will not complete. And that's how I start. You could do the job. I know a lot of people might say, oh, but him bad, him this, him that. My first thing is that you could do the job. I'll give you a fair chance. It doesn't matter who you are. So first we go with the top players from the top league, which is a semi-pro level. We have seen you perform. And not just perform today. I need to know that you were performing in that position for a couple of years over time, and show that you're good at that spot. And then if you're at the senior level, or even at the youth level, you get an opportunity to come. So you become part of that entire master list. In other words, like for example, we have some top young players that might not have been ready for this game, but they'll surely be ready for the games down the future. We have an excellent 16-year-old that played when we were away, but because of certain circumstances, he was not able to come to camp. But it's like I said, a lot of our young, again, very important young players.
Development.
Young players, you know. So we're trying to with twofold, compete presently as well as build towards the future.
Guys, let me ask you a bit about your view on youth development in football here in Belize, and how important you think that is. You've surpassed your youth stage, but do you think that, how important do you think that is to have a strong national team moving forward? Anyone, if you're willing to take on that question. No rush.
I think more or less, you'll need more summer camp for the youths. Obviously, for make them grow big, to put them on a level like what coach tell about. But we Belizean, I don't think we really show the sports that much to make we get the youths them uplift for make them got a mentality if we want to go to the national team too.
But how can you both contribute to that? Have you ever thought about how you could contribute to developing the skills of the little youths you see in your community, kicking ball almost on a day-to-day basis?
Well, I always think about help the youths and stuff like that, but I just say time. You never get the time to do it, because like when I get called up for the national team also, you have a period of time where you have to come in, then after that you have to go right back to your club go train and stuff like that. So you know, really get the time like that.
Then game weekends.
Then on per weekend, like sometimes Saturday, sometimes Sunday you have games. Like if you got back match, you play in the week also.
So you do have that desire, but if it's only time. Are both of you from Belize City?
They do got times like when we have free time, we have a we do have free times, like we go to the field and we meet the kids there and we go play like we will call it backyard ball because we play the
of course
highest level. So when we go play down there, we call it the backyard ball. So when we do go to the field, we'll try dashing the youths there to make them get
what are their
experience.
What's the feedback like from them when they realize they're playing with
national team players? These club teams.
That was very important thing too, because that like when me and he enter the field, the youths now be like, oh, that while he play port. Oh, he play for national team. Oh, he better, and stuff like that, right? But we don't really watch it like that.
Yeah.
We just We just try to help them same way too.
Yeah.
Like that, just like when we up on the field, they play ball, and we touch the ball, we try to teach them move there. Just like when we there at camp, how the coach will tell we. Yeah, so we'll try to share the same experience so we get from
Try
there.
implement the same
and that's it.
I think though, aside from the fact that you can obviously tell that there are kids, both male and females, looking up to you guys because of your skill and your gift in playing the sport, do you recognize that you also represent sort of like role models to them too? I imagine even off the field, when these kids see you guys walking around in Ladyville, they know your names and they probably aspire to be like you guys. How do you react to that?
Most of the time I feel good, right? Because where I'm from, I call it the ghetto. And I don't know is it no ma, no pa. And where they right now this time, I'm happy for myself. So.
Of course. And what does it mean for, final question for both of you, what does it mean for you all to represent Belize? So not only talking about your community, but Belize. What does it mean for you when you're on that field and you know that this is about my country now, beating this team is about my country. Now you've had the experience with the last 2 games. What does it mean for you?
It impact my life a lot because end of the day I meet like new friends from football. I meet like my coach really like know him, if you get to know him more. It make I feel like I pass a stage like as in when I go play with a bigger level with more fans I think. Like I also remember, alright, I don't been through that so.
You're part of something way bigger now.
Yeah, for you, Sean, going into this, what does it mean for you?
Well, I feel good. I just want to go out the same way. I want to give it my all. I want to show the youths they could be at this level at one point in a life same way, but they just have to work, put in the work same way. Just have to listen to everything the coach tell you, put in the work, and I got the experience one day for be there.
That's super important. Coach will give you some final say. Once again, remind us of the game. Anybody you'd like to thank?
I just want to say we want to big up the sponsors because again, it's a very expensive venture to keep us there. So BTB, we have Boeing and Boeing, ICB, DFC, Choirs, BEC, National Bank of Belize, Princess Hotel and Casino, Madisco, Santander Sugar Group. And also right now we have an excellent promotion. Right now you get a team jersey plus a ticket for $50.
Wow, okay.
For the game plus a
team.
So
you pay 50 and you
get a ticket and a team jersey. You can't beat that.
Like these ones?
No, the ones like there. These the original ones are the players.
They say we did have nice flex.
Yes, and
nice
it's
flex.
Pre-sold $20, pre-sold ticket, $25 at the gate, $10 for children.
Alright.
Yeah, so it's nice. But I just want to touch one thing that you just mentioned about. We're building a culture right now, the national team, where the older, I say experience, because we don't have no player over 30 years. Most of our players are 25 years and below. Most of them, majority 3/4 of them. But we want to build a culture where that our experienced player, our older player, welcome the young players, want to teach them, want to let them, because at some point in time they are leaving and we need these young kids to take over. So we want to share our knowledge and be receptive to it, because a lot of time in the past it's like the young guys will be discouraged when they go into an environment. Most of us don't want to go. We want to be there all our life, but come on, we need to share it and we need to get the kids going. So that's what we're doing at this point in time, and again, giving them let them experience what being here is all about, and hopefully when they go back to their club, whether they make it or not, they will know what it takes and want to be there.
Well, gentlemen, this has been such a wonderful conversation, also inspirational as well. I have to say kudos to everyone a part of this national team, coach and players. And of course, we can't wait to cheer you guys on, and we wish you all the best.
U16, the U16 girls have been doing excellent in a tournament in Nicaragua right now. They played tonight at 8 against El Salvador. They lost 2-1 to Nicaragua. Yesterday, a game that they could have won. They should have won. It could have been 2-1 in Billy's favor. So let's big up the U16 girls.
All
Billy's
right.
female
Kudos
football
to them.
really
My
looks
sister
good.
also played, eh?
Yes,
Your
yes.
sister
So
played,
yeah,
yeah.
they did excellent. So I must
Yes,
commend
big
them.
up your
And I love
sister.
them. Thanks. You know.
All
Good
right.
luck, girls.
Yes, and good luck to you guys as well. Thank you so much for joining us, and we wish you all the best.
Yes, thank you very much. Thanks.
And that does it for our show. We want to say a huge thank you to all of our guests who joined us this morning, but also thank you to you guys for tuning in with us. It is November 8th,
yeah.
and if you're celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to ya. And if you'd like to give a birthday shout out, or if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can send us an email at oye@channel5belize.com.
And you can also catch us on Facebook live every weekday morning on Open Your Eyes BZ.
As well as Instagram for behind the scenes content at OIE Belize. Thank you so much for joining us, and please do us a favor and join us again on Monday when you open your eyes
and start your morning right.
Until then, keep your eyes, your mind,
and your hearts open.
Have a great Friday and a wonderful weekend.
Open Your Eyes was brought to you by Smart, bringing people together, and the Belize Bank, our country, your bank.